This episode is brought to you by BETR Picks. Right now, new users get a free $10 and up to $200 bonus on your first deposit. Just use the code BENCHD, that's BENCHD, or hit the link in the description below to claim your gift now. Heyo! What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Bench Podcast. Joey here, Derek and Terrell there for this Week 16 recap. Boys, we're headed into Week 17 of the NFL season, and as excited as I am for the playoff picture coming into form and, wild card weekend just a couple weeks away, season's almost over, guys. In a couple of weeks, there will be no football for a long, long time, and
enjoy it.
Enjoy it while it lasts. For most of us, I think all three of us, anyone alive in any fantasy league still?
I almost survived Puka Nakua, man.
Yeah. You know who buried me this week was Chris Olave.
He's had a good season.
Yeah.
I had both of them in another league, and I had like 230 fantasy points.
Jeez.
With all of those guys. But
Chris Olave, fantasy hero. But anyway, so the season is winding down, and make sure you're enjoying every single week that we have left the NFL season, even when we start to see maybe some backups play and stuff like that, because it will soon be over. That being said, it is one of the most exciting times of the season as we are fast approaching the playoffs, and people are clinching, and people are still in the bubble, and seeding is starting to get closer to what it's going to be when the playoffs start, and we have a lot to talk about as Week 16 affected all that in a very, very big way. Let's get into those right after we talk about a little bit of housekeeping here. If you're watching on YouTube for the first time, thank you for joining us, whether it's your first time or you're a day one subscriber. We appreciate you hanging out with us here on the Bench Podcast season number trace. And then if you're listening on any of the audio platforms, thanks for checking us out there. Please leave a message, leave a review, 5-star only, please, or keep it moving. And then follow us on social media at Benched Show to follow us on any of those different platforms, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Threads. Guys, I got on Threads for a second.
Threads, great.
Threads reminds me of like the Upside Down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of just a weird version of actual Instagram.
Yeah, I don't use it too much.
Yeah, it's really no reason to go there. Boys, before we get started, it is Christmas week, and so let's talk about plans. Let's talk about where you guys are going to be, because I know you guys are traveling a bit.
Yeah, I'm already up in Seattle for the holidays, spending Christmas up here like I normal. The number one team in the NFC. It feels nice to be up here.
That's a good point. Like, how is it? Is the city buzzing?
Vibes are high. Since we won on a Thursday, we get this feeling for 10 days, which is awesome. It's like, when you win the Super Bowl, it stays with you the whole off season.
Right.
But this is just 10 days. And so we haven't had a huge win like this in a long time.
Man, that is a massive win, too. We'll get to talk about it in a second. Terrell, I'm guessing you're then in Denver.
Oh, man. Well, that would be the place to be. That would be the spot. No. I wish. No, not in Denver. We'll be going to Washington as well.
Wow. In honor of the Seahawks? Or?
No.
Trying to get on the vibe?
You trying to get on? Yeah, trying to catch the wave. No, I'll be in Eastern Washington, Spokane. Yes, so going to visit the ladies' family. So
very good. I'll be here in LA enjoying that rain, no sunshine. I know for the rest of the country that is no one's gonna cry any tears for Southern California not having sunshine on Christmas. But it's weird for me to have like cold, wet weather outside. Anyway, boys, Week 16 was wild. Excited to jump into it. Let's start there in Seattle. Derek, with your team, 38-37. And at the end of this game, all I could think of was I need to see this again. I want to see this game again because
we need a trilogy.
These teams just play each other, I think, well. I love that we don't get like anyone shut down. Like both these teams can score on each other, so they're fun games. They're back and forth games. Obviously, you are the Seahawks fan, Derek. Takeaways. Obviously, you feel good about the win, and then kind of looking forward. Seahawks, here we are at the Week 17 and number one seed.
Yeah, so Kenneth Walker had his second 100-yard game of the year, with barely eclipsing 100, but 11 carries, 100 yards, and a TD along with 55. Jackson Smith and Jigba continued to doing his thing. He had a zero burger, as people say, in the first half, but he still ended up with 96 yards and a tud. But the real receiver that performed well today was Puka Nacua.
Yeah.
I unfortunately had to go against him in 2 different semifinals, so that was awesome. 12 catches, 225, and 2 tuds. He thought he had the game-winning touchdown in the overtime. Matt Stafford, 457 yards. Pretty sure that's the MVP. So
yeah,
the takeaways, honestly, are as much as I love what Seattle did to come back and win, and then all the good play calling in the overtime, I would have to say offensive play calling in quarters 1 through 4 just made me go crazy. I wanted to break my TV. My goodness. Kenneth Walker hits that 55-yard TD run. Okay. Do you know how many touches he got in the next 2 drives? He got 1.
Wow.
1 drive, 1 touch on the next 2 drives. This guy was rolling for you, and you don't even give him the rock. And it's not even say like, hey, we just couldn't run anymore. We were only down like 2 points and then 9 points respectively in the third quarter. So you plenty of time to run. For whatever reason, we were going away from the run, which is always our whole season MOs. You run to set up the pass. Even though you don't run it well, you run to set up the pass. And we just went straight to passing. And that's what Darnold's 2 picks. And then so once we came back, we didn't have to pass anymore. But it seemed like Kubiak was kind of just getting scared of his own identity. Really hated that. But I am encouraged that we were able to get the stops when we could, because we couldn't stop them at all in the first half. But we got a couple 3-and-outs, actually touched Matt Stafford a little bit, which everybody knows that's the game plan on Stafford. Try to touch him up a little bit.
The only way.
So Shaheed, I would like for him to get more touches. 0 catches, even though he had the punt return and 1 carry for 31 yards.
Hey, that punt return was massive, though.
He's awesome, and he's actually really smooth. Like I didn't watch him too much in New Orleans besides the highlights, which I assume he just only went straight. But he's got moves. He's got fluidity to his hips. I need to see him get the ball more, because we can't just keep relying on JSN.
Speaking of fluidity in the hips, Terrell. See, how do you feel like? Okay, so I think this is a big deal to Sam Darnold and the Seahawks. I think a bigger deal to them than the Rams. We know who the Rams are. They're playoff tested. It's a Super Bowl winning quarterback, Super Bowl winning coach. I think they're going to be fine no matter what. They did go from the 1 seed to the 5 seed, but I think either way, you don't want to play the Rams in the playoffs. That the Seahawks included. But the Seahawks going into the playoffs now, do you feel a little better about these boys? After, listen, they did it. They got a big win against the best team, I think, in the league.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what I was looking for, is to see them pull it off. I mean, Sam Darnold, for all the, hate he gets, we finally saw him pull it out. Because that's where I was sitting back and going, Sam Darnold cannot do it. The lights are bright. He cannot. If I'm a Seattle fan, I'm like, this is great. We're winning. But I don't know, put all your hopes in it. And look, they pulled it off. I mean, what a win. I mean, shout out to Clint Kubiak. I mean, this guy can draw up plays. The 2-point conversion. There's 2 2-point conversions we got to talk about. But the game-winning 2-point conversion was, I mean, that was 100% play call. Like it was brilliant. I mean, beautiful. The Shaheed end around too. I mean, he dialed up some genius plays. So I mean, this guy's definitely got to be in consideration for a head coaching gig. I mean, you got him calling plays. You got to feel really good. The defense got torched, though, majority of the game. They made some plays.
1 allowed.
Yeah, the defense got annihilated, which is it's tough. You've been hanging your hat on the defense for a good chunk of the season, and they just got obliterated. But we're seeing that from some of these teams, that these offenses, we usually see the offenses start to cook up a little bit, by the end of the season. But that would be the big area of concern. If I'm a Seahawks fan, is how defense just got picked apart by Matt Stafford in that game. But I mean, look, the Seahawks pulled it out. I think it's a solid win. My takeaway is this: I think the same way in the when Seattle went to LA, we were like, hey, this doesn't do anything. I don't feel more or less about either team. I think both teams are great. I feel the same way after this one. Like it was just a battle from back and forth. The Seahawks came in, they pulled it out, and look, it came down to who's going to make a play at the end of the game. Is it Rams defense going to score, or is it the Seattle offense that's going to score? It came down to literally one play. Now the 2-point conversion that scored on the fumble, 2-point conversion. I mean, I don't know. I feel like
every other team does that. I don't know.
I feel like there's been a lot of plays this season where it's like the refs blow some plays dead and some plays they don't blow dead, and there's no consistency. I feel like that's one of those plays. Kill the play and run it over again. Like,
no, Terrell, ban it. Isn't that your answer when they messed that up? You just ban it?
You should ban it. Get rid of that play.
Ban the 2-point conversion.
Ban the 2-point conversion. Ban the tush push that you get a strip fumble, and then we're going to kill the play dead. Yeah, let's do
it's been called both ways this year. It's been called both ways.
I don't know.
Honestly, that was wild, man. That like you'll never see that again. I don't think. I mean, in that.
Well, I don't think you're going to plan to backwards pass it forward. So.
That was wild. I agree with everything you guys are saying. I think it was good to see the Seahawks do this, win a big game like this. I think them and the Bears kind of both experienced that this week. Just kind of two teams that got put together pretty quickly, and now all of a sudden are atop their conferences. So I think we need to see stuff like this just to gain that trust equity. And I think you're playing the Rams, playing the best team in the league. I don't know if I'm going to fault the defense too much. They've been good a lot more than they've been bad this year. And so I think going in, there's plenty more defensive units going into the playoffs that I'm going to maybe, be a little bit more nervous about than the Seahawks. I kind of feel like them with Mike McDonald at the helm. I get it. They got torched by the Rams. Listen, everyone gets torched by the Rams. And I don't know. I'm not as concerned. Are you with that, Derek, or are you concerned?
Yeah, the first half, I'm not sure why we blitzed a ton. And that's not been our season MO. We blitzed a ton. Stafford diagnosed it perfectly and had the right reads.
Yeah.
In the second half, when you saw we were starting to get stops, we stopped blitzing. We were getting home with 4. Byron Murphy, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Leonard Williams, they were really making a difference. So that second half adjustment definitely helped us out. I do have a quick PSA to all you Rams fans that are complaining about the refs. All right.
Yeah,
you have notoriously gotten the better end of some non-PI calls in playoff moments. All right. So go home, go cry, go try to enjoy your Christmas. Okay.
Yep.
Forget about it. It's one regular season win. All right. Maybe you guys should have gone for 2 in the first overtime. All right.
Grow some balls.
Jeez.
Yeah, I like it.
They're complaining about the refs getting the call right within the rules. Okay, it is within the rule book, and the refs didn't do anything outside of the rules. It is written within the rule books. They didn't go, it is. I'm just so mad at Rams fans crying about it.
Yeah. Shout out to you all Rams fans, bunch of crybabies. Still have a great team, but I just think back to that Saints game when what was it? Who was the cornerback? Who obviously PI'd the guy going down the sideline?
Roby Coleman or something?
Yeah, Roby Coleman lays him out on the sideline.
Just
and then
blasted him.
And then unapologetic after the game. Remember what he said? First of all, I put his ass on a frying pan or something like that. Anyway, back to this one. Yeah, stop complaining about it. I want to look at something real quick, guys. So after this game, we see the Seahawks there at the 1 seed getting that bye, and then the Rams as the 6 seed. Now, this would lead to a situation, though, where I think the Bears have probably a good shot of beating the Packers. And so you might see Rams, Seahawks, maybe second round, which I think is something that could excite the nation.
It could, but I think you're looking at week 18, Seahawks in San Francisco. So theoretically, if Seahawks can win that one, San Francisco would go to the 6th seed and the Rams would go back to the 5th seed. So it's going to change up the seeding there. Either way, we need a trilogy. We just need a trilogy of this. This very reminiscent of Seahawks Niners back in 2014.
All right, let's keep moving. That was obviously a huge game, so just going to spend a minute talking about that one. Philly, Washington. Philly wins 29-18. I don't think too much. Kind of same with Philly beating at Las Vegas last year. You should beat Washington. You should beat them by a lot. I don't know if we learned anything new about the Eagles other than that first team in the NFC East to win back-to-back titles since 2004. I think that's a fun thing. It's obviously a feel-good situation for the Eagles, stuff like that. But I think it's all about the playoffs now. Any other takeaways from this game, or we keep moving?
No, I mean, I think Philly is one of the NFC. There's no cakewalks in there. Like I think, the Eagles, they can put on a game. Like we've seen them come out and have good games. Like they had a rough December, but I mean, I think these are two solid get right games. I think you got to come in and beat the brakes off the Raiders. You come in and beat up on the Commanders too as well. Like those are good get right games, and I think it's all about coming in. Who's hot going into the playoffs, and I think this is a good momentum for Philly going into the playoffs. And look, if you're the Rams, Niners, like it's Rams, Niners, Seahawks, one of those teams are going to Philly. I don't know. I mean, I think if I'm a Philly fan, I think maybe the Rams are the team I'm most afraid of. But
absolutely,
Niners and Seahawks. I mean, those are two teams I think that are very beatable.
I'm not excited to play any of those guys.
Most Eagles I wouldn't be excited to.
And then it'd be vice versa. Like, if you're taking one of those teams and looking at the other three, I think you have three teams that I think are pretty evenly matched, and all of them can beat each other. There's no, I would have a hard time guessing those lines going into the playoffs. I know Derek wouldn't because he's a betting connoisseur, but I would have a hard time guessing those lines going to the playoffs. Commanders, we don't need to talk about them. They are hot garbage. Although, shout out Treylon Burks. It seems like he's found a nice little home there. That's
he got a cool 2 for 30, so he's really resurrecting his career there.
Eagles at Bills next week. I don't know if they're going to play their guys. They have literally no reason to. They're pretty much locked to that 3 seed, right?
Yeah. Is there a chance they could get the 2?
Oh,
I think there's a chance they can get the 2.
No, because the Bears won, so I think that kind of put it away. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think that kind of put it away. Let's talk about those Bears. They beat the Green Bay Packers 22-16. Big performances in this one, Derek.
Yeah. So you wouldn't have thought I would mention Caleb Williams if you're just watching quarters 1 through 3 and first 10 minutes of the quarter 4. But Caleb Williams came through with 250 and 2 TDs with a remarkable throw to DJ Moore in the end zone. I believe it was 46 yards.
That was awesome.
On the other end, Emmanuel Wilson. That's a huge load. You got 14 carries, 82 yards. Josh Jacobs got limited by injury. And then you have Romeo Doubs, 84 and a tud. I do want to shout out Malik Willis. He played pretty admirably in the backup role, 9 of 11, 121, with a dot to Dobbs. That was honestly really sweet to watch.
Yep. Terrell, takeaways from this one?
No, I mean, look, good win for the Bears. Like, way to pull it off. You've been the cardiac kids all season. But look, I mean, if there's a team on fraud alert, it is the Bears. I mean, serious. I mean, they struggled with Malik Willis. Like, it wasn't like Malik Willis came like, he played majority of the game. Like, he came in,
Liberty's own Malik Willis.
Yeah, Liberty, LU, go Flames, right?
Come on, man.
The Flames.
Quarterback, you.
Yeah. No, I mean, you can't come out. LU?
Oh my God.
I mean, look, it's fine. It's a good win, though. You got an overtime win against Malik Willis. I'm like, you're excited. You got the win, but the Packers they got the bug. It's the injury bug, and that's just tough to see. I firmly believe the Packers would have handled the Bears in this game. It's what they were doing. If they had love running the show, they were in control of the game. It's just one of those like, hey, you squeaked it out in overtime. I think any team is chomping to get at the Bears in the playoffs. And
the Eagles aren't. They just boat race the Eagles. I don't know if I'm with you on this take. Like, I've seen them play really well up close and personal. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know if the Eagles are a fraud to me. I get what you're saying, and you're not even wrong, like in the context that you're presenting. But just we have seen them turn it up, though.
Yeah, but we've also seen Philly play awful, right? We've seen them play bad against the Cowboys. We've seen them
Broncos.
Broncos. We've seen them play bad. We've seen them play some bad football. So, I mean,
True.
I can't really put too much into that. I think, everybody's entitled to have a hot game. And I would say the Bears were hot in that game and the Eagles were just playing poorly. But, I mean, you look at the Bears, in that, their last couple games against the Packers. I mean, I think it's a good win. It's a great story. They, clinched the playoff spot. Look, kudos to the Bears. They turned it around after going 0-2 to start the season. Yeah. So saw a 12% chance of making the playoffs, and they made it. So congrats to the Bears. A good win. I'm excited to see there were some plays in there where I was like, he's him. As someone who watched USC football, you saw him do it in college. Now you're seeing it. That's what I said to the group chat. That's that generational talent type ish that we've been talking about. So he's nasty, but I mean, I'm excited to see the Bears in the playoffs. I'm not, but if I'm an NFC team, any of them, I'm not afraid of them.
I mean, is he not the NFC's biggest wild card going to the playoffs? Because if he plays the way he can,
it's between him and Darnold. Like him and Sammy D are kind of your big wild cards going in as far as QB.
For a lot of those throws in that game, I was like, dude, Caleb, it seemed like he was too quick to throw it away. He even got like an intentional grounding, I think. It seemed like earlier in the season, those two losses, he just wanted to scramble too much and make a big play. And then he went all the way on the other side of the spectrum of, oh, shoot, there's pressure. I'm throwing this thing away. So, but then, credits to him. He did show those plays, like you said. Yeah. Standing in the face of pressure, delivering like crazy arm angle type throws, putting in the only spot his receiver can get it. So you're right. Like they will go as far as Caleb can take them. I will say usually teams that have all their wins come down to the last minute, usually they don't go that far. Usually it catches up to them by the playoffs. They run into the good teams and they're not going to be able to play badly and win.
Here's another team in the AFC that, never mind.
I was talking about the Bears.
No, you're right though. I think sometimes that fails you in the playoffs. We'll talk about the Broncos later. We have plenty to talk about the Broncos. Very excited to talk about the Broncos today on this beautiful Christmas Eve day. Guys, Packers are falling apart. I think we mentioned it. Injuries are tearing them apart. I feel like just things are starting to go wrong in other ways, making mistakes that we didn't see them make before. That Romeo Doubs dropped onside is just, I think a perfect microcosm of this second, or even the last third of the season. It's fallen apart for them. And if you tell me a team that I want to play in the playoffs right now, give me the Green Bay Packers. I'll go to Green Bay and play them. I'll play them in Philly or whoever your team is. I think that's the team you want to play right now.
The Packers?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're hurt.
Sure. Usually the wild card teams you want to play, right?
For sure. All right, let's move on. Buffalo and Cleveland. Buffalo wins 23-20. Should have won by more for sure. But Cleveland just does this to teams. They're in games that they shouldn't be. They're eventually going to lose them. That's almost certain. But I don't know. You guys, anything concerning about this one for you?
I think, but this is kind of like, we know this is the Bills, right? Like they're inconsistent on offense. If it's usually Josh Allen or bust. Today it was actually James Cook or bust, right?
Yeah.
But then their defense was not that great. They just allowed the Browns to stay in. Shedeur Sanders, I like what I'm seeing from Shedeur. I don't understand what we were doing with the Dylan Gabriel thing. We didn't need to see that at all.
No.
Right? Whatever Gabriel gave you, just give it to Sanders.
We even saw the difference in this game because he had to leave with the finger thing. And as soon as Dylan Gabriel comes in, you see the restrictions. You see it's just man, this is so much less of a wide open offense with anyone other than Shedeur Sanders in this year. I think he's absolutely earned a second look next year with a full off season, him installed as a starter. Let's fix that offensive line. They have some serious salary cap issues on an offensive line. Just older players are making a lot of money that you won't be able to move off of because you've kicked the can down the road so much. But give him an off season with some maybe add a weapon here or there. Get Quinshon Judkins back hopefully at the start of next year. Dylan Sampson, those guys, and I think give him a real look next year. I think he's earned it. I just think, right, Terrell?
No, I mean he's been balling. That opening drive, the touchdown to Fannin. I mean he's the
Fannin
real
as
deal.
well. Fannon's
Yeah,
That was
nice.
awesome.
It's nice, bro.
It was awesome.
Yeah, good. Goodbye, Njoku. I mean, Fannin, you've got a good core. I mean, you got Fannin. Judy's a solid receiver too as well, and with Quinshawn, too. I think if you can get another receiver to come in, in the mix, whether it's in the draft, I think you go draft another. You got what do they have? They have the Jags pick, or the Jags pick? Is it
The Jags.
Jags? They got the Jags pick. So okay, I think you can go get a receiver.
Yeah.
In the draft next year, and you got to get rid of Stefanski. He's got to go. Clean house.
Yes.
Like, I think a guy like I'd like to see what Kubiak could do with that with that offense. I don't
hate that.
I think
Derek, how do you feel about your OC getting coach?
Hands up.
I mean,
look, if it wasn't for the overtime, he would have not been up for a job.
I
think you can take Patullo. Please take Patullo. No. Please hire him. He'll be a great coach.
I think he's gone. I think someone's got to go pick him up. He'll get a job in the off season, but no, I think they got to bring in a young offensive guy to run the show there in Cleveland. The defense is legit. So I mean, I like them. As far as the Bills,
they got the Eagles this week.
Yeah, it's the Bills. That's going to be a huge game for them. I think they're still in the shot to still get the division.
Yep.
But I think they're a team nobody wants to play. In the AFC, which as long as you got Josh Allen, I think the AFC is priming up for it to be his year to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it feels that way.
It's right there in front of him, so they just got to take it.
I want to check in real quick on history sack watch. Myles Garrett has a half sack, so he's 22 on the season and one sack away from beating the Michael Strahan, TJ Watt record. So we'll have to look for that in week 17. Also with the Browns, I wanted to mention something. Oh yeah. They are trending for the number 1 overall pick right now. Just the way the schedule is laid out. They get that number 1 pick, and you got a quarterback. You trade that thing maybe for a haul, even if it's a number 2 pick. Someone wants Dante Moore, and they go up and get Oregon's Dante Moore.
Dante Moore is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean that's the power of having a quarterback and still finding a way to suck. He gets to capitalize. Let's move on, boys. Chargers and Dallas. Chargers beat the Dallas Cowboys 34-17. Chargers are back? Question mark. Where are we at the Chargers?
Hey, Justin Herbert is finally, has a good game. He was kind of struggling a little bit with the broken hand. 300 yards, 2 TDs, also a rushing TD. He had a tush push in there.
Yeah.
But he wasn't as scared to run. He had 42 yards rushing. Quentin Johnson, you just never know where you're going to get with him. 140 yards in a TD. George Pickens, 130 yards in a TD. You're really only watching this one for fantasy. There's, unless you're a fan of the Cowboys, which there's some all over the country, or if you're a fan of the Chargers, where there's pretty much none. So,
very true. We're going to talk Cowboys. Once upon a time, we're in this. They're not in it anymore. We'll see them next year. Just stay healthy because I do think the offense is fun. So I stay healthy. They got to re-sign Pickens, right? You got to do it. Yes. Break the bank. Keep this together. It works. You got to fix that defense. I think you need some coach. I think you're woefully outcoached week in and week out. But you got to fix the defense top of that. Bo put on the Cowboys for this year. The Chargers, though, heading into the playoffs, I don't know, man. I don't know if I would bet a single dime on them making it, 1 round in. They're so all over the place. I've been in on them. I've been way out on them this year. I'm out. I'm good.
It's hard for me to bet against the Chargers. Like every game I'm watching them, I'm like, they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose, and they've somehow the defense pulled through the previous 2 weeks in beating overtime against Philly, and then the pick against the Chiefs, and then you come in here and you just blow the doors off the Cowboys. So it's hard to go against them. You got
Hampton looks good.
Yeah, you got the game against Houston. This is going to be This is going to be a tough game for the Chargers. But I mean,
I'm really going to pay attention to that one because I think those two teams. I believe the Texans are for real, but they barely beat the Raiders last week.
It's actually a rematch of last year's playoff.
Yeah. Oh, right. The 4 interception game, right? Justin Herbert. Yeah,
in Houston,
yeah.
right.
Speaking of quarterbacks, that don't really perform when it matters most, Sam Darnold and Justin Herbert.
Oh yeah,
so,
yeah.
Chance for him to actually turn around some narratives.
Yeah. Tennessee beat Kansas City 26-9. Gardner Minshew had a knee injury that forced him out of the game, and KC, this is rock bottom for those boys. That fan base. Then we found out they gotta leave the state.
Yeah,
they gotta leave the state.
They've had a good December.
Get kicked out of your home state. Now you're gonna play in Kansas. Now got a Kansas professional team now, and you're losing. You're getting blown out by Cam Ward, Tony Pollard. Did Spears have a big game too? Who are the big performers in this one?
Yeah, Cam Ward had 228 for 2 tuds, probably one of his best days as a rookie. Tony Pollard with 102. Spears, had a touchdown. Or I guess we do have to shout out Chris Oladukin, 111 yards. I guess the first quarterback of African descent. It's different than African American. I don't want to get into that, but they put this in the they put this like in the little thing in the bottom, like first quarterback of African descent. So don't come for me.
Let's clarify that. That's not you guys, Terrell.
No, that is.
Oh my God!
What?
Okay, yeah, Derek. You know what? You're right. Let's leave that alone.
Yeah.
Jesus. At least it's Terrell. I think Terrell's probably okay with that. Goodness gracious. Guys, Christmas Day, Chiefs, Broncos. Is anyone excited for this besides Bronco fans? Christmas Day is gonna suck football-wise. I might watch basketball that day.
This might be the day NBA gets their mojo back.
Because the other game is toast too now, right? Who's it? You
got Jared Goff versus the Vikings backup. You got the Commanders versus the Vikings, or the Cowboys versus the Commanders backup, and the Broncos versus the Chiefs backup. All third string backups.
All 6 of these teams are out of the playoffs. Well, not the Broncos and the Lions, but the Broncos are in it. But the Lions are pretty much out. So like 5 of the 6 teams are out.
Damn, the NFL. Listen, the process was right. It just didn't work out for the NFL in this regard.
This was good in the offseason.
Yeah, you had 5 playoff teams from a season ago going at it today. No, it was a good slate. It always happens.
All right, guys. Cincinnati, Miami. Cincinnati wins 45-21. New Orleans and the Jets 29-6. If you follow those teams, go ahead and follow your local podcast for coverage on those 4 terrible teams.
Did you see the stat there for the Jets? Only team in the NFL with no picks.
Oh, they're about to set a record that can't be broken. This is so funny.
God,
can't be one up.
And yet, I was thinking about it. I still think they cook with that Sauce trade. For Sauce.
Yeah,
he hasn't even played.
Sauce played 2 games and he was out.
Yeah,
I
don't get how you hire a DB for a head coach and you don't get any picks.
0 picks.
Come on, man,
it's crazy. That should be you're gone. You have to go.
Come on now.
That is the equivalent of hiring a quarterback to be your offensive coordinator, and you have 0 touchdowns.
Oh God! All right, that's as much coverage as they're getting. Max Brosmer and the Vikings beat the Giants. Honestly, I don't know if this is the game we need to talk about either. There's just not much here.
This morning's slate of games was do.
That 10 a.m. window was awful.
Yeah, you're only watching for fantasy.
I tell you what, the Giants though, I'm very excited about the offseason. They're gonna get a new coach. They got the number 1 overall pick right now. I love Jackson Dart. I love Cam Scadaboo. Obviously, Malik Neighbors back. Maybe they add another first-round receiver here. They're going to be a lot of fun talking about the offseason. There's just not much right now going on.
It's an attractive coaching spot.
For sure. Vikings, McCarthy's hurt again. Throwing hand, broke his hand. He's probably done for the season. Will we ever see this guy again?
No. I think you do.
No way. I think there's just too many good quarterback options out there.
Let me ask you right now. You taking Kyler Murray for a third?
You've got Kyler Murray. You've got Tua. You've got Mac Jones. You got some. you've
Deshaun
got
Watson.
you've got guys
hands.
who are significantly better
Russell
than
Wilson.
you could even exactly. I'd go Russell Wilson. I'd go Zach Wilson to go over JJ McCarthy.
Honestly,
Yeah. I'm not trying to say JJ McCarthy is good. He hasn't shown that he's been great, but this game before he got hurt, he had a little swag. He had a few completions. His receivers were dropping some balls. I will say this: as a starter, they are 5-3. Wins are not a quarterback stat, but there is something to say that the team does rally around him. They're able to put a decent enough game plan around him to be 5-3 with his first year as a starter.
Yeah, he's too fragile.
You're not. No.
Yeah, okay, well, I don't want to ride for JJ McCarthy. Honestly, I hated him too.
I ain't doing it. Battle for the NFC South came down to Carolina and Tampa Bay on Sunday. Carolina comes out on top 23-20. Massive game. And guys, honestly, we need to see the Panthers in the playoffs, not the Bucs. The Bucs this year is just not there. They're just cooked. They had everyone back, and they couldn't do anything.
No, I mean, this is Baker's ceiling. Like we've seen it. We've seen the best of Baker. He is what he is. We've seen quarterbacks like him. Whether it's a Chad Pennington, it's a whatever.
You not just call Baker Mayfield Chad Pennington.
Come on, like that's we've seen him. There's so many. Put him in the Case Keenum's. Like he's got a ceiling.
Damn,
and that's just what he is. Like he is.
At least give him Fitzpatrick. At least call him Fitzpatrick, bro.
That
was sweet.
I mean, you can sure. Yeah,
Derek, hit me with some stats in this one, man. Tell me that someone on the Bucs went off.
Bucky Irving is probably the best player at 71 yards. There's Levante David, 10 tackles. There you go. But hey, one guy we need to do shout out, and he's having a very quiet, good rookie season is Teteroa McMillan.
Yeah, man.
I was all over Emeka Egbuka to begin the season. I mean, before the season even started. Weeks 1 through 5, he looked like he was going to be the next Justin Jefferson. He has been, and you're right. You did say to sell high on Emeka Egbuka. I did not. I stuck with him too long in my fantasy football. But the real rookie receiver that's been showing out kind of consistently is T-Mac. He's awesome. He's got range. He's able to get open. He's got good hands. Bryce Young has been able to find him surprisingly. So it's a pretty good connection that I like to see.
It seems very Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins, like that guy who the little man could just throw it up to when he gets in trouble. Like I think even in this game, he went up and got it over someone like for the touchdown. Like I think it's a good fit for them. He obviously has the goods to get it done too, like as far as the top end talent. Jalen Coker also is coming on here late. He's been hurt. And then they could add maybe some more weapons in this offseason. I'm excited for Carolina. Tampa Bay, man. I just get healthy and let's see what you can do next year. You got to fix that O-line for sure. And the defense is really bad, just known for giving up big plays this year. It's what a fall off. They're one of the best teams. Yeah, that too. Like
Bowles, you're supposed to be a defensive guy, right? And your defense honestly kind of sucks.
Yeah, Brady went there and got him a championship. Was he there for Brady?
He was on staff, but it was actually Bruce Arians. It was Bruce Arians. Yeah.
Arians was the head coach. Yeah.
Panthers are going to play the Bucs again. I think last week of the season. Weeks. Yeah. Maybe they could wrap it up this week, but they'll have to beat Seattle, which will be tough for them. I think it's in Carolina. Maybe, who knows? They beat the Rams, so we'll see. Let's move on to Jacksonville and Denver. Jacksonville wins by 2 tutties.
That small market team.
Went into Mile High and beat the big bad Broncos. Derek, big performers here. I'm guessing most of them were in green.
Yeah. Hey, Parker Washington. He's become the favorite of Trevor Lawrence. 6 catches, 145 yards, and a TD. And he could have had more, honestly. Yep. It felt like he for that vaunted Denver secondary, it seemed like he had his way. So I will say Bo Nix 352 for a touchdown seems kind of empty at this point. But Trevor Lawrence continues his parade, 279 and 3 TDs.
I think empty is a great way to put it. Listen, I'm joking a lot. I'm not worried about the Broncos. I think Broncos. I think. Listen, I think this is what I've. How do I say this and not offend Terrell? I don't want to. I don't want to send Terrell over a cliff here. I think this is who the Broncos are. I think they can be had by good teams. I think they beat a lot of bad teams. They had the Eagles win, which is kind of weird. They beat the Texans without C.J. Stroud, Davis Mills. I know Terrell thinks they're better with Davis Mills, but it was not the best version of the Texans either. I mean, they're 3-5 at the time. I just think that when they play good teams, they're gonna have a hard time, especially with the offense trying to come back late because they never start well early. They never stick with what works either. Can they give the damn ball to R.J. Harvey, please? Just give him the ball. Stop messing around. I hate the play calling. I hate the upside of this team. I just think that the upside really isn't there for me. Terrell, I mean, how do you feel, Terrell? Go ahead. I don't want
to look. Everybody's praying for our downfall.
Stop.
And look, you got it. All right. Sorry we couldn't win 15 straight games. All right. No, I mean, look, I said this 2 weeks ago before the Green Bay game. I said, look, we got 4. We've won 10 in a row. We got 4 left. We got to drop one of these. We need a reset game.
He did say that.
We got to lose one. I thought it'd be the Green Bay game.
So it's actually a good thing.
This is a good thing. You want to get punched in the mouth before you head into the playoffs. And look, I have no problem taking a loss in this one. This was a way bigger game for the Jags than it was for us. I mean,
I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna stop you right there, brother.
The fact that everyone's making bulletin board material over a small market team, the Jags
was disrespectful, Terrell. It was disrespectful.
Market. They got one primetime game all season. They got one. They're not a big market. Nobody is talking about the Jags. You got Travis Hunter to try to boost you up, and he was out. He's been out for the last 6 weeks. So I mean, where's
Travis Hunter?
He's injured. Travis Hunter's
he's out for the season.
He's out for the season, I think.
Yeah. So it's insane. It's like no one's going crazy over the Jags. We've all rolled our eyes at the Jags all season long. Now, look, what this game showed me, I was way more about what Denver didn't do than what the Jags did in this game. Tons of missed tackles. I mean, you got Parker Washington runs a 5-yard out route, and you just 2 guys miss tackles and turns it into a 60-yard play. It's missed tackles, underthrown balls. I mean, Bo throwing the pick on 4th and 2 was just a ridiculous throw. You have guys over, hit the check down, and the drive's still going. The defense is what's making me nervous right now. It's the same exact point last year. Coming off the bye, we've looked awful. The Commanders lit us up. The Packers lit us up. The Jags lit us up. I mean, 3 of the last 5 games, we're getting cooked. Giving up over 300 yards a game is been rough on this defense. And we were touted the number 1 defense. We don't look like that. This defense cannot afford to be, like the bottom of the top 10. Not with we can't ask Bo to go out and win us every game. So look, the defense has to shape up. I think it was a good punch in the mouth. Get right game is coming up here on Christmas. I think you get right, and then I think you have a really solid playoff type game against the Chargers last week of the season to try to see who's going to close out the division. So look, I'm not worried. I still at the end of the day, nobody's scared of the Jags.
Yeah, a little worried.
No, I mean,
a little worried.
They're like we lost the game. We won 11 straight.
Terrell, I got receipts, brother.
I love the group chat.
Exactly. Funny. Of the group chat.
Okay.
I got receipts for the group chat calling a double touchdown win, two touchdown win for the Broncos.
Hey, look, and I told you I'd be shocked. I was shocked. I was shocked we did not win by 2 touchdowns in that game. The way we went after Trevor Lawrence, we had 3 sacks on him in the first quarter. I mean, I thought we were going to eat him alive in that game, and just the offense was still rolling in the first half. And look, after that first quarter, we couldn't touch Trevor Lawrence. So
yeah,
no, I was shocked.
Listen, I've been getting destroyed by Bronco fans on TikTok and whatever. Many of them coming at my weight, and that's fine. But bastards. But listen, man, I felt somewhat vindicated here. I think it's exactly what I was talking about. I think this is fraudulent behavior, to borrow a term from yours truly, Terrell Thorogood. I just think. Listen, this was fraudulent behavior to get blown out by the best team I think you played all year, and I know that's debatable, and I think you make good points for the other team. I don't want to get into all that right now, but one of the best. We can at least agree with that. One of the best teams, top 2-3 teams you played this year. When you play them when they're hot, and they are hot, you got blown out. It was never really close. The offense is not the type of offense to erase consistently big leads in the fourth quarter. And if that's your plan going into the playoffs, good luck, Sean Payton. You'll be going home early. We do need to talk about the Jags, though. All right. Last 6 games, Trevor Lawrence is on fire. We give this man a lot of crap, rightfully so. The former number one overall pick, he got a contract really early. They named a day after him. Like, this guy could do no wrong, even though he was not winning to start his year. Last 6 games, 18 touchdowns, 16 of those passing, 6-game winning streak, including 10 in the last 2 games. He now has 26 passing TDs on the season, and he's the only Jaguars quarterback in franchise history to throw for more than 25 twice. That says a lot about the Jaguars. But listen, I feel good about the Jags going to the playoffs. I think they're peaking at the right time.
It seems like they found their identity.
Yeah,
and they're sticking to it. Trevor Etienne has all of a sudden kind of like found himself again. I think he's got a solid last few games. But it's Trevor Lawrence throwing to Parker Washington and Jacoby Myers, not Ryan Thomas Jr.
Yeah,
which is crazy to say, but
yeah. You mentioned earlier selling high on Igbuka. I did sell high on him. Unfortunately, I sold for BTJ, and so I bought bought the wrong stock there. But yeah, it's crazy. Is it as simple as Myers has unlocked something in this offense? They feel different ever since he came down.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to point to one guy, it's probably got to be Jacoby Myers, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's when the season changed, turn around. Maybe Brenton Strange coming back. I don't know.
Maybe.
Did they pay him already?
Yes.
Yeah, they signed him.
Contract.
Yeah, they signed him.
No, I mean that's good. The Jags play fast. I mean, my takeaway from this, I think the Jags. I walk away from this game going, the Jags are good. I don't Super Bowl contender. I don't put that on them. They don't scare me. I think they walk away and like you look at a team like the Jags and you go, you can't play like ass against them. You play bad against them, they will embarrass you.
Yep.
So they were good. I mean, think about it. As a Seattle fan, Jags come into Seattle next week. What are your feelings on them?
Oh, we already owned them earlier in the year, so we're gonna own them again.
You own them again. Jags come to Philly. I mean, are you going? Oh shit, Jags.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm not.
You know what I'm saying? You don't. You don't feel they didn't. There wasn't anything.
Listen,
in that game
man, you got to build to that. You got to build to that. This is the first year of Liam Cohen.
No, give him his flowers. I've always been big on Trevor Lawrence. I was big on him last year. He got hurt last season. No, give him credit. Jags making the playoffs. This is huge for them. Liam Cohen, just no one's talked about him since. No one's brought up the Duval incident from the offseason.
Nope.
He's got everyone's respect.
I'm liking the little chip on the shoulder too. I'm liking what they're turning into.
Yeah, they got a little nastiness in them.
A little taking on the personality of Liam Cohen, a little sassiness. Duval. Let's move on. This episode is brought to you by BETR Picks. Right now, new users get a free $10 and up to $200 bonus on your first deposit.
They drafted RG3 again.
Oof.
Yeah, like we called it. RG3 2.0. He might be a backup somewhere by year 4.
I don't trust the kid because he doesn't take care of himself. And then I don't trust the organization. 24-year-old kid can't make the right decisions for himself. We need a grown-up in the room. We had this conversation when he came to the league, Terrell. Is he going to hold up? This is the 3rd straight appearance where he had to leave because of injuries. He's so frail.
It's going to suck. Jaden Daniels might be a backup.
Damn.
In Baltimore.
Dang, you're talking about Tyler Huntley stuff?
Yeah, I'm talking about RG3 stuff. The Cleveland first, then Baltimore.
Okay, let's chill out.
I'm just kidding.
Pittsburgh and Detroit here. Pittsburgh wins 29-24, secures another winning season for Mike Tomlin, even though we've all been calling for his job all year long. Here they are, probably head back to the playoffs. In fact, did they clinch anything here?
Not yet. They gotta lose out, and the Ravens gotta win out for them to fall out of it.
Well, we'll see. I guess I don't know. But yeah, I mean, they deserve some kind of praise here. I wish AJ was on the show because he hates Pittsburgh. He hates Aaron Rodgers. But listen, man, they keep winning. They keep winning. They're in the playoffs again, and another winning season for Mike Tomlin. I don't know if this is as inspiring for like anything long term, but they're better than we thought they're going to be.
No, look, this game was me, AJ's team that he hates versus the team that I hate. I can't stand Dan Campbell again. Still going for it on 4th down from the 2-yard line instead of taking the points. Like it's just week after week, them just shooting themselves in the foot. Honestly, the Lions should have like 11 wins this year, just based off of stupid going on for 4th down. They should have. They've lost 2 or 3 games this year just off of going for it. Look, I mean, it's a tough one with the whole Goff touchdown at the end, the pass interference call. Shouldn't come down to that though. I mean, you got some breaks for the Steelers. The Gainwell catch was unbelievable, scooping it off.
That's Mr. Gainwell.
Mr.
Gainwell.
That's a
Mr. Gainwell.
Saved my fantasy season.
Yeah, most unlikely breakout star of the 2025 season, Kenneth Gainwell. Who's getting rested over there? Who's getting guys, Lions are probably gonna miss the playoffs, and I don't know why. They are hurt like up front, but this seems like pretty much the same team. They just haven't found a way to win games. They found a way to lose these games today. The running game gets shut down, and they're not the same dominant offense week in, week out. You know, we've seen them disappear a couple times.
Yeah, you can't have a 2-headed monster at running back and go 12 carries, 15 yards. That's pretty much that's unheard of.
That's crazy.
And also, Pittsburgh, it wasn't really Aaron Rodgers who did him in today. It was the 2 running backs. Jalen Warren, 143 yards, 2 TDs. If you started him, congrats, because I don't know why you would have. But Kenneth Gainwell, 78 yards and a TD, also 50 yards rushing. He's been, honestly, my fantasy savior. He didn't save me in the semifinals this week because I had to go against Puka Nacua. But Kenneth Gainwell, got me to the playoffs.
I mean, going into the playoffs, Kenny Gainwell, Warren, and a defense that can play pretty well at times. You see what they did to Montgomery and Gibbs. Can you win in the playoffs like that?
No. Look, I think Pittsburgh, I don't like them, but they can win a home game. I mean, the Chargers might have to go in there. I think the only team is like the Bills are the only team that can go in there and boat race them. But I think any of those teams they're gonna give them fits. I think the Steelers would be a tough place to play for the Chargers, tough place to play for Houston if they fall to that spot. And I mean, it's a possibility that even Denver could fall to that spot if they drop these last couple games too. So, no, I mean, I'm not picking the Steelers against like the Bills, but against those other teams, they're fine. It just sucks that Tomlin's going to get another year after this.
Yep, he will.
Like 19 years, 19 winning seasons.
Before we move off this game real quick, guys, you see the DK Metcalf deal. Grabbing a fan, punching him, suspended 2 games now.
As a Seattle fan, I love DK Metcalf. I love the emotion he brought to the game, the toughness, but you would always have 1 or 2 personal foul penalties like every game. And I cannot believe that it was in his contract that if he gets suspended for any conduct detrimental, it would void his guarantees. And quite honestly, if I was Pittsburgh and I love DK, I would cut him this offseason.
Yeah.
He is not produced. His numbers are not there for what they're paying him. And they can have an out now, which is kind of insane to say, but they have an out now. And if you're DK Metcalf, I get it. This guy called you a racial slur. But please just stay on the sideline, protect your money, protect your family's money. You're the one who's has everything to lose. This fan has nothing to lose. You're just kind of feeding into the fan.
The Steelers are not on the hook to give him another dime because he won't get game checks the last 2 weeks here. I guess in the playoffs. And then like Derek said, they could just cut him. or he has no guarantees left, and get out of that monster. They're paying him like I think a top 10 at least. It might even be top 5 receiver. Like he got that kind of money in the offseason, has not performed that way. Maybe the offense doesn't call for it. Maybe Aaron Rodgers isn't capable of doing that. Either way, doesn't seem like you need DK Metcalf to win. And he's been exactly what everyone told me George Pickens was. Everyone told you George Pickens was the problem. He had character issues. He, couldn't get out of his own way. Seems like they just upgraded in knuckleheads from George Pickens to DK Metcalf.
That's what it is, man. Knucklehead.
It makes no sense.
Look, the tell for me was there was nobody from Pittsburgh's side stopping DK Metcalf. There's no assistant.
Would you?
There's no. I mean, look. I mean, you could see him about to go into the stand. I mean, and the other thing is, he was standing behind the bench.
Yeah.
He was like an earshot of that fan. There was nobody stopping him. No security stopping him. Like they let him go right up to that fan. Now again, maybe they thought he was trying to sign an autograph or something. Which why are you signing autographs in the middle of the game? Because it looked like the fan had a Steelers jersey in his hand, asking him to sign his jersey. But no, if I was that fan, oh man, my neck is broken, my back is broken. I'm cashing out. At least, what are you going? I'm going for $500,000. At least $500,000.
It's just a bad vibe for a team that is, they should feel pretty good about things, but now DK Metcalf's doing these things, and like Derek said, he's always done these things. This is just who he's been. He's not matured enough to a point where he's not going to punch back if someone says something to him. He's always going to retaliate, and that's just who he is. But he looks sick coming off the bus. Houston and the Raiders. Houston barely beat them 23-21. I don't know if we need to talk a bunch about this one. I think it was a poor performance by a team that myself included was a lot of people were high on. But I think every team gets one of these, maybe one or two of these. I know, Terrell, you're smiling there, thinking this means something. I don't know if it means very much to me.
Houston's
they're
not them. They're not that.
Houston is they're basically the Broncos. I just want to say that.
No.
They're the same team, except one of them has an elite defense and the other one has a hit or miss defense.
No. Look, we saw them against hit or miss. You let the Raiders actually just go off against you. A guy gets notoriously cracked in the backfield every
Commanders
play.
went off against the Broncos. I want to remind you of that.
I mean,
the Marcus Mariota Commanders went off against the Broncos.
The Commanders have explosive games. We've never seen the Raiders.
Shut the fuck up. Don't give me Marcus Mariota, bro. Stop it.
No, we have never seen the Raiders ever do anything against anybody. They
scored 21. Let's not pretend like they. I mean,
Look,
come on.
Ashton Jency had his career game.
Yeah.
In his young career, he gave me life in fantasy. 128 yards and a 60-yard catch. I saw him line up in as a wideout on that play, and I was like, "There's a linebacker on him. They're an empty." I was are they gonna throw to him? And he literally, if I know Geno Smith, he's gonna look this way, and he's gonna look this way and throw it deep.
Yeah.
So
I mean, as an accomplished receiver yourself, Derek, I'm sure you recognize that right off the bat.
Dude. Yeah, you know a mismatch when you see one.
Oh, yeah.
So,
go ahead, Terrell. Tell me how terrible the Texans are. Go ahead.
No, I mean, look, the Texans they're not that much better with – I mean, look, they were better with Davis Mills than they are with C.J. Stroud. I'm not – there's no reason to be afraid of the Texans. And then if there's the only team in the playoffs should be afraid of Houston is the Chargers. Everybody else can take it to Houston. C.J. Stroud, he is what it is.
Listen, man.
His best games, he's mid. So
I agree with you, but you're pointing at CJ. The reason you're afraid of the Texans is it's nothing to do with CJ Stroud. It's that defense. They can shut down anyone, and a team like
the Raiders,
the Broncos, or someone like that who already kind of has a tendency to struggle offensively. You're not gonna score 15 points in the playoffs like a team like that. That's the only reason you're worried about the Texans right now. I agree. The offense looks. It's. I mean,
we can't say that on the heels of the Raiders dropping 21 against them.
Ashton Jency had a game. That doesn't mean anything.
You like the Raiders.
They're Raiders the best defense in the league, and it's not close. I mean,
Raiders offense.
Derek, tie break this. Are they the best defense in the league?
Let's look head to head versus the Raiders.
Both defenses are not nowhere even close to the best defense in the league.
Who is that?
It's the Seahawks, bro.
Oh my God.
With the team that just gave up 500 yards.
That's a case in point. Any team could be gotten, man. Any team could be gotten. I get you overlooked the Raiders. I get it. You overlooked them. They had one guy go off. They scored 21. Let's not act like they, gave up. What are the Broncos give it to the Commanders with Marcus Mariota? I'm sure it was more than 21. It's just I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna draw this whole conclusion off of one game. Why don't we look at the many other games where they were a dominant defense, not just pick the one where they weren't and say, "See, told you."
Yeah, but I mean, like they haven't. This defense hasn't. They haven't gone in and shut down elite quarterbacks.
Yeah, I'm looking at their wins, and
Yeah, give it to me.
They actually, you're right, Terrell. Like they don't go in and just shut down great quarterbacks. They shut down really bad ones. You have a 16-13 win against the Titans.
Yeah, 13 points. Listen, man.
Right?
Titans just blew out the Chiefs. I mean, I don't know.
Like you beat like a hobbled Chiefs team, and
Daniel
also
Jones
you beat the Cardinals. Who doesn't beat the Cardinals?
Okay, Brissett and Daniel Jones are good quarterbacks. I don't know.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're beating mid-tier. They're beating up on mid-tier quarterbacks. You give them. They had to come back against.
Terrell, guess what the AFC playoffs are going to be full of? Mid-tier quarterbacks.
No, nothing. The AFC playoffs is not full of mid-tier quarterbacks.
Except for Josh Allen. It's all mid-tier quarterbacks.
Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, those
mid-tier.
Those are mid.
Like I said, Justin Herbert should be treated exactly how Sam Darnold does.
Exactly.
Guess what both of their playoff record is 0-1.
Yeah, you're talking about the guy who threw 4 interceptions last year. Yes. Yeah. Mid-tier is generous, Terrell. Stop.
People need to treat Sam Darnold just like they do.
I will give them the game. I will give the game against Josh Allen. They took it to Josh Allen in that game,
and that's the best quarterback left in the playoffs.
They do play the Bills well. They beat Bills last year. They beat the Bills this year. They do play the Bills well.
I can't wait for this Texans Broncos matchup, man. It's coming too. It's coming.
No. You think they're gonna?
Which horse is better?
You think they'll go into New England and beat them?
No, they're not. Let's finish with this with that New England team. New England beats Baltimore 20-24. Listen, Patriots. Actually, we have one more game for that. Patriots took care of business when they should. The Ravens are just down for the count, man. Either Jackson's washed, or he's hurt, or it's a combination of both. And I don't understand Harbaugh. If you guys were watching this game, just cutting off Derrick Henry. He's the only thing working for you, and just decides, let's try something new.
Look, man, the Ravens and the Packers, you kind of have the same feeling. Like you thought they were just going to be better, and they're just kind of in their own way. Maybe they're hurt. Maybe it's their own coaching. They're coincidentally both up 10 in the fourth quarter this week, and they find ways to lose. Yeah. So Derrick Henry scores a touchdown. Scored a touchdown, go up 2 scores, 128 yards, 2 TDs. Doesn't see the field again.
Doesn't see the field again.
Something wrong there.
That's wild, man.
One bad thing is that Zay Flowers did get fumble on the first play of the drive. So it's kind of skews it a little bit. But Tyler Huntley.
By the way, hell of a play though. Hell of a play. You see that play? Chase on.
Chase on from the back.
Yeah.
That was sweet. But hey, look, Drake May is pretty awesome. I was so low on him coming out of the draft. That dime he had to Kyle Williams. Dude, like it was perfect catch, perfect toe tap, and then Stephon Diggs, 138 yards.
What
that
the
guy
hell?
Just continues to impress. Honestly, he's on a mission.
Yeah,
he's also on a mission to get NFL fines. Like I might be like one of the only people that actually noticed this, but he was wearing no sleeves on his legs. That is just asking for a fine.
Does not care.
Just doesn't care.
This is the man who went on video handing out pink cocaine on the boat preseason. Like he doesn't
allegedly.
It
could have been Pepto-Bismol.
Right, exactly. Yeah, they had wings. It was exactly what we thought this was going to be. You have a playoff team that's riding the high one, head into what will be a very exciting playoff run. Then a team that's just done for this year. I'm not sure what the fix is. We'll get into the Ravens offseason in the weeks to come. But I'm excited about the Patriots. I'll say this, though, as good as Drake May is, Stafford's the MVP. Let's stop that. He's not the MVP. Stafford's the guy. But it's a hell of a year 2 season for Drake May.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I agree with you, Stafford, bro. Go ahead, Terrell.
Yeah.
No, look, the Ravens, between Harbaugh not playing Derrick Henry on the stretch and then Mark Andrews fumble, what the hell was that?
We always
I
get
mean,
one.
yeah, shit, like I don't know. It makes me think the drop last year in the playoffs. He's got something against the Raiders or the Ravens.
Did Zay Flowers have the same thing?
Zay Flowers did it like 2 years ago in the NFC Championship game. Just
So they
reaching out,
combine their powers.
combine their powers to sabotage any chances the Ravens have of winning. We want to make Lamar look bad for not showing up to OTAs year in and year out.
Oof.
We're just gonna go ahead and fumble the ball in any chance we have on must-win games. No, I mean the I think it's tough to say, but I think Harbaugh's got to go. I mean, you haven't no chips in 13 seat in the last 13 years, and they're 7-6 as far as playoff appearances in the last 13 seasons. If you're about to 7-5, you're about to have your sixth missed playoffs here in the last 13 years. So the Ravens, we'll fix them. The Pats, look, Drake May, we saw him against the Bills up 21-0, and he folded.
Yep.
Right. We're thinking, okay, when the lights are bright, can Drake May pull it out? Down 10 in this game, he did what he does best. And who would have saw coming the connection to Steph, him and Stephon Diggs? They are complete 81% of their passes. May to Diggs, 81% completion. It just, that is unbelievable.
I doubt. Can they do anything like outside of football? Like, do they have conversations? What do they talk about? What is Drake May, Mr. Latter-day Saints himself? What is he talking about? Could you imagine whoever Drake May's dating talking to Cardi B on a double date?
It's crazy.
Oh man, I don't want to go too down. That can get pretty racist pretty fast. So I'm gonna let that go. Yeah, we'll see. With Patriots, it's all about the playoffs now. Let's see what you are come then. But hell of a season, Mike Vrabel, hell of a year. And it feels good to have the Patriots back relevant in the NFL. Last game here, guys, Niners and Colts on Monday Night Football. The Niners 48-27. They spanked the hell out of the Colts. Go ahead, Derek. I know it's a big one.
The Niners pretty much just outlasted the Colts. It's hard to say when there's a guy on the other team that has 10 kids.
Great kid.
Brock Purdy, 5 touchdowns. He honestly, it looked like he could have had more. He was dotting them up.
I wish AJ was here. I wish that hating ass AJ was here.
Guys, I have to admit, it came down. I needed 5 fantasy points from either of these defenses. I had SF defense, but then my friends told me to switch it to Colts defense. For whatever reason, I switched, and I should have started this SF defense. Now I'm in the 3rd place game next week, so I had to throw that in there because I'm so freaking salty about it. But I will have to say, and Kyle Shanahan does not get enough love for Coach of the Year.
Yeah,
they are 11-4.
Yeah,
their team has been. Their team has been decimated by injuries. You're talking about Fred Warner, who's first ballot Hall of Fame. Nick Bosa, probably first ballot Hall of Fame if he doesn't get hurt again. Christian McCaffrey has been actually your mainstay. Brock Purdy, your $53 million man, is out 8 games. And your team is 11 wins. They've already clinched the playoffs with 2 games ago in the hardest division in football.
If they win their last 2 weeks, it's Bears and Seahawks, which is rough. They're going to be the 1 seed.
Yep. Right. So
that's crazy.
He should be the Coach of the Year already. But people want to give it to Vrabel. People want to give it to Ben Johnson, and I get it. It's kind of a sexy pick, but it should go to Shanahan.
Terrell, I'm excited. I'm interested to see where you're at with this, but I'm going to make a statement, and I wholeheartedly believe this. The Niners are as capable as any other team in the NFC of winning the Super Bowl. You should not overlook them when it comes to the Seahawks, when it comes to the Rams, when it comes to the Birds in Philly, the defending champions. The Niners are right up there with them. With Purdy playing this way, who has more playoff experience than most of the guys going to go up against, Shanahan, who we all are believers in, Coach of the Year, we think, and a healthy squad around him, and a defense that's playing better than a lot of people thought they would with all those injuries, with Robert Saleh at the helm. I don't want to play the Niners. No, thank you.
Look, it's crazy to say. The Niners win out. The Super Bowl literally goes through Santa Clara. This team could be hosting a Super Bowl. And
I thought it to stop you real quick on that one. I think if they win out, I think they're at home for both of their games as well. They literally don't have to leave Santa Clara another time the rest of the year.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's like,
look, I said it. I said this at like week 5. If this team makes the playoffs, he has to be coach of the year with how beat up they are. Look, yeah, I get it. Cool. Drake May and the Patriots, they land at the 2 seed. The Bears land at the 2 seed or the 3 seed or whatever. Fine, fun. But come on, I mean, the Niners missed the playoffs last season as well. And to have a beat up team like that, you have 2 quarterbacks. Like Mac, I have no doubt in my mind Mac Jones could have done the same exact thing.
Stop.
I mean, come on. I mean, who's doing it? Mac Jones is doing it. Like the fact you have 2 quarterbacks that could take you to the playoffs is something else. He's got to be coach of the year. He's done it again. He's set up another backup to take a starting job. He had Sam Darnold the year before.
I hate you so much.
He's got Mac Jones. He's gonna have another starting job. I hate the Niners too. I hate Bay Area fans. With the passion. They are
throwing out a lot of hate right now. It's Christmas.
Are literally the epitome of fair weather fans. 100%.
Their Achilles heel is definitely going to be the defense. We've been talking about the offense a lot. Their defense sucked yesterday. You're talking about Phillip Rivers. He was diming them up. I know Phillip Rivers.
He was though.
He's only played 2 games in after not playing for 5 years.
5 years.
Dude, they could not stop Phillip Rivers yesterday.
Yeah.
And you play against a competent, quarterback that's maybe played more than 2 games in the last 5 years. They might get torched. So this game was kind of like a product of, just I don't really care what they do to us on defense. We're just going to do more on offense. And that typically is not going to fly in the playoffs. I'm scared of that stuff just because, we're in the same division. I do want to give it up to Phillip Rivers. He played pretty fantastic and has played better than anybody thought he would have. It's just how the game went.
I didn't give them a chance in hell with Phillip Rivers. I thought he was going to come out and embarrass himself, but he's been fantastic. He's been real. I was even thinking, is he going to play next year? Is he honestly? I'd rather see him than most of these backups we're seeing right now. Give me him over Max Brosmer. Give me over JJ McCarthy. Give me him over Tyrod Taylor or whoever the hell else they're going to run out this week for the Jets. I think he still belongs in the league. How old is he? 45?
44 years old.
44. He's a grandkid, by the way. He's a grandfather.
Yeah.
He had his grandkid at the game yesterday. That's wild. That's wild, man. But yeah, I'm glad you said that. Shout out to Phillip Rivers, man. It's just cool to see. And I think it gives us no excuse why we haven't seen Tom Brady come back and play for the Vikings this year. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. Terrell, I hate the disrespect to Brock Purdy, but he's just gonna have to continue to show haters like you that he is an elite quarterback in this league.
No, I'm big. I love Brock Purdy. I said we had the whole Brock Purdy season.
No, you said that Mac Jones would have done the same thing.
No, he would have. He 100%. That is more kudos to Kyle Shanahan and what he's done with both quarterbacks. Mac Jones isn't a scrub. Brock Purdy isn't a scrub.
I wonder if Mac Jones is available this offseason for trade.
Yeah,
probably should be.
Teams will call.
If he's give you a decent amount of compensation, shit.
Yeah, you paid Purdy. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, guys, that is week 16 in the bag. It was a fun week, man. It's gonna be even more fun here in week 17. Week 17. Jeez, I hate even saying that. But week 17 is here. I want to look one more time, guys, at this. Let me take away this so we can see it. This is the current playoff picture. A couple of things can change. We got some teams on the bubble, but for the most part, this is who we're going to be seeing as far as where home field advantage, stuff like that. A lot of that has to work out. But guys, if these are the matchups and the seedings, let's do a quick prediction. I'm going to just do Terrell. You predict the AFC, or let's switch it up. Terrell, you predict the NFC. Derek, AFC. And we'll pick a winner right now. See if the playoffs started today. Derek, I'm just rapid fire. Okay, Chargers at Steelers.
All right, I'm going Chargers.
Okay, so Chargers move on as a 5 seed. Let's see the Jaguars at the Bills. Sorry, Bills at Jaguars.
Bills at Jags.
Ooh, Bills at Jags.
That's kind of tough, but
Hold up. Before you answer this, historically, Josh Allen, for whatever reason, struggles mightily against the Jags. Do you want to point that out?
I'm going to go Bills. Josh Allen Bills.
Yeah, you're right. You're probably right. And then we got Texans, my beloved Texans, and the best defense in the NFL going to take on the New England Patriots.
I'll go Patriots there.
Okay, so Patriots move on. They're going to take on then. So they would take on what? The
Patriots and Chargers.
Patriots and Chargers.
Who you
Bills at Denver.
So
Pats and Chargers.
At Patriots.
I will probably have to. You know what? I might actually go the Chargers.
Oh,
I think Justin Herbert pushes through. Omarion Hampton, I feel like he's kind of the X factor coming back late in the season. Give me the Chargers in Foxborough.
Okay. So we got the Chargers in the NFC Championship game. And go ahead. Yeah, we got the Bills at the Broncos. Old demons, baby.
Real tough one. Bills and Broncos.
It's not
I think
a tough
I'm going
one.
to go.
Do it to him. Do it to him.
I think I want to go with the Broncos.
Oh, my God.
Because I think the Bills are just a one-man show.
Yeah, but who's that man? Who's that man, Derek?
It's Josh Allen, and I just think the Broncos can
hone
in on that.
Yeah, it's your bracket. We got Broncos and Chargers in the NFC Championship game. Who's going to the Super Bowl from the AFC?
Oh, my God. I can't believe I haven't seen this.
It's in Denver.
I can't believe.
Look at Terrell's
I'm going to go with the Broncos.
Fucking face.
I can't believe I'm going to go with the Broncos.
The Broncos are going to the Super Bowl. Joke's on you, Terrell, because I'm predicting the Super Bowl win after all this. All right, let's go to the NFC. We have the Broncos coming out of the AFC. NFC, Terrell, Niners at the
Panthers. I'm taking the Niners in this one.
Yeah, I think so. I would too. Then we got the Rams at the Eagles. Damn it. I hate the Rams. I don't want to play the Rams anymore.
What a game. This is going to be fireworks here. And I'm taking Philly with an upset. I think the Rams would be favored on the road, but I'm taking Philly at home with the upset.
Wow.
It's going to be that's a coin flip game, honestly, and I would take Philly with the upset.
It's going to move on. I feel emotionally stressed out over this hypothetical game that just happened. Over this hypothetical game, I just feel stressed out. Packers at Bears.
Look, Jordan Love is healthy. I'm taking the Packers in this one.
The trilogy, baby.
Yeah, the trilogy. I'm going with the Packers in this one.
All right, so 7th seed moves on. So who are they playing? They playing the
Seahawks.
Seahawks?
Packers at Seattle, and then you've got the Niners at Philly.
Packers at Seattle. They want the ball, and they're going to score. They're going to. Why does it go?
Jeez.
We're going to score. We're going to take the ball, and we're going to score.
Yeah. Yep.
Do
they dare play that clip if this is a matchup?
Oh yeah,
do they dare? Packers and Seahawks. Who you got?
I'm going to take Seattle.
Yeah,
over the Packers in that one.
I think so. And then you have what? You have the Eagles hosting the
Niners.
Oh, that's a good one too.
What a game. That's going to be a solid one. I'm taking
in Philly.
I'm taking Philly at home. Philly at home against the Niners.
Eagles just keep winning. Eagles Eagles in the NFC Championship game taking on the Seahawks, right? Seahawks.
Yeah, Eagles at
Seattle. Damn.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. This will be a tough game, but I like Philly going in there on the road. I don't trust Sam Darnold to pull it out when the lights are bright, and I say Philly is coming out of the NFC.
So let's trust this Philly offense. All right.
Okay. Hey, stop it.
Let's do that.
It comes down to one game. I take the team with the pedigree. They've got the Super Bowl medal, and hey, look, I'm taking them against Seattle.
Derek's so mad right now.
He just didn't want the Seahawks Broncos in the Super Bowl again. He doesn't want those highlights coming up again.
Honestly, I do want that. I do want sweet redemption in that game.
He's so mad, bro.
But here's the thing. I would take either team in the Super Bowl rematch. I take Philly because I want to blast that text all over the screen of Denver winning in week 4, saying that was our Super Bowl. No, I want to say this is our Super Bowl.
Denver, I'll tell you right now, if the Eagles have the opportunity to step back on the field with the Seahawks after what happened in week 4, is that what it was?
Week 4.
It would be such an ass whooping. Like you see, look at what they did to the Chiefs last year. The one thing about the Eagles is that they are petty as hell. And if you put them on the field with the Broncos after what happened, I don't know, man. I think we're about to three-peat, or what is it? Two-peat. I think we're about to go back to back here, and we'll see. That's a fun exercise. God, the NFC is a gauntlet. Jeez,
yeah, that's brutal.
Yes, it is.
And it's like all those games. Like I appreciate the Eagles win the Super Bowl here. All those games go the other way, and it would not be like a crazy upset. You know what I'm saying? Like the other side, like if the Chargers came in and beat the Bills, like we'd all be like, "Oh my god," you know. But this could legit happen. The NFC is going to be crazy. It's the hardest year in recent memory in the NFC to get to the Super Bowl.
No, I mean I think the only teams there that aren't scary are Carolina and Chicago.
Yeah.
But other than that, Green Bay, Chicago, and Carolina aren't scary. But the NFC West and Philly it's no joke.
So, Derek, I'll say this, man: if the birds crap out, I'm gonna wear that. I'm gonna wear that neon green, man. I'm gonna ride for them, especially if they're playing the Broncos. Oh my god!
Welcome, brother.
All right, guys, that's all we got today. Thanks so much for hopping on this one, Derek and Terrell. Once again, use our code BENCHD or click the link in below to play with BETR Picks. Guys, we'll see you next week. No show for the rest of the week. Enjoy Christmas. Merry Christmas to you boys, and have a great week number 17. Peace.